In this video, we are going to show you how to build your very first mobile app. Using AI, no programming experience is required, even if you don't have a computer.
Why don't we go ahead and get started building?
Today, we're going to show you how to build an AI-powered group chat app that you can use in any scenario.
I think that would be cool to blend a running app and a chat app. That's what I want to do.
And it will even have a little AI assistant that you can @mention that has full understanding of the entire chat thread.
All right, let's see if this AI feature is working.
Oh!
And
if you want to follow along, you can. We're also going to post a template in the description that you can remix and begin from that point.
Are you gonna go for a run?
Come on, work. Anyway, let's dive in.
So this is the app that we're going to be building today. Kehan, walk us through what this app is.
Yeah, honestly, it's a beauty, but this is just a glorified group chat app. And there's a special feature where you can actually ask AI specific questions about who said what's going on. So right now I can do @AI, when am I filming and what is it about? And
we use this for our planning our content stuff. And so the AI has full context.
Yeah, I am filming on Wednesday.
And you're talking about the new Composer feature. For those of you who use Cursor, you know that people are talking about the new Composer AI model. And we're going to be building 3 apps and increasing in difficulty. And so this app, I think it looks really good. It's fun to use.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it more than iMessage. And so what we're going to be doing in this video, as you can see, we have a prompt up right here on the screen. We're going to go through all of the prompts that Kehan used, and we're going to recreate this app. Then we're going to use the new feature that you can use on the Vibecode app, which is Remix. So with one click, I can just get this app on my phone and remix it and make it for my own custom use case. And so below this video, wherever you're watching it, you can actually find the template and you can remix it. But I highly recommend watching how Kehan builds this because you're going to learn a ton. And this is how you learn how to build any app that you want by learning how to prompt. And so why don't we go ahead and get started building?
Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, as Riley said, I think you can definitely remix this and create all sorts of possibilities. And remixing is really meant to give you a kind of a head start. So you don't exactly have to start from scratch, but starting from scratch is a great skill to have. So we're going to be going through a little bit of how we did this. And so obviously I'm in the Vibecode app. I just click new app and I will be pasting in the first prompt. And before I do that, I'm just going to walk through a little bit of what this prompt is composed of. So in the very beginning, as all good prompts should have, we have kind of a broad statement about what the end goal is, describing kind of what we're trying to create in kind of a high level, but with specifics. So I say, make me a group chat app where everyone is a unique user. I be specific about what a unique user means in this case, 1 persistent account per device. So there's no real auth. This is good because we have a database, we have a backend, but we don't have to deal with all this authentication stuff. A little bit of a hack for things that don't need to be too secure because only those with my link will be using this app. So that's the thought behind that. Anyone who joins will be put in the same chat room. So this was the app is just one chat room, and that's Vibecode kind of functions as you can go back and join other chat rooms too. So it works really well in our ecosystem.
And by the way, if you're following along, you can adjust that and be make 5 different chat rooms. You could probably do that, right?
You can just add auth to it. Yeah. You can make a whole messaging app. You can make Reddit, you can make Facebook Messenger. You can make as complicated as a messaging app as you want. I think since this one, we're going to package this app up and allow users to remix it. Kept it a little simple. But yeah, I think this is a great start to kind of show you what you can absolutely build with Vibecode and just the beauty of it all. And so going back to the prompt, the second line is make sure messaging works. And I think this is really important because, if you might have a little bit of technical knowledge, that you kind of want to highlight where, you want the AI to kind of focus on technically. And messaging isn't too complicated technically, but it is something that you want to highlight and kind of draw attention to. So this is just really important to draw attention that, the core function is a messaging app. And so the AI better get that right. And then I dive into a little bit about how I want the app to kind of be structured. I say something like create a header, put a profile icon on the right, put a chat, have the chat name in the middle, or that it's implied that it's in the middle. And I say that the chat name can be edited by anyone later, but defaults to group chat, and the setting icon on the left. So I think this is a really descriptive, like what precisely I want from this, as in I want a header and I want something on the left and right, and I want something displayed, the group chat name. So it kind of leaves no room for inference, no room for the AI to kind of like be like creative, because oftentimes when you let it be creative, it gets really dumb. After that, I dive into a little bit more specifics about what the profile should include, name, bio, photo option. I specify that I want camera roll and camera, and the settings should be the group chat name, description, and any members in the chat. So pretty basic stuff, but I go and hammer down a little bit more about some specific technical things like, I want the placeholder text to be visible. Messages should be stored in the database, not local storage. Similarly, images should be uploaded to storage. I mean, honestly, all that stuff, you could probably leave it up, but it might come back, just leaving no room for AI to kind of like wiggle its way out of being lazy. And so that makes up the first prompt. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in. There we go.
Okay, so he just pasted in the prompt. And when you enable cloud, just think backend, so authentication, database, and storage.
Yeah.
And also to keep in mind here, so he just sent in the prompt, and he's not sending it to just any AI. This is Claude Code, right? I've seen Kehan use Claude Code for hundreds or thousands of hours. So Claude Code's habits, and
yeah.
And the more you interact with the coding, like the same coding agent, you learn things like make sure messaging works. You learn that it messes up on certain things and like how to talk about it. And I think it's definitely a skill that you build as you prompt more.
Yeah. It might kind of look a little random, like, oh, make sure messaging works. But this is kind of like you get a flow. You get kind of get an idea of what kind of needs to be highlighted and how to highlight it. Like, I don't want to be too verbose, but I also want to like highlight it to Claude Code that this is something of focus. And similarly, as like Riley said, mainly I've noticed in the past that Anthropic specifically is kind of bad at placeholder text. So placeholder text is like when you have a text input field and, there's like some values, like for example, right now on the Vibecode app, you can see queue more prompts. That's the placeholder text. Oftentimes Claude will just leave that as the default value and you cannot see what it is, but you can kind of have an idea that something ugly is going on. So that's something that I picked up while using Claude for a while.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. We are bundling and let's see. Perfect. So
dude, I swear AI does this goofy gradient every single time.
This is Anthropic's and probably ChatGPT's favorite gradient. A lot of times people make jokes that you can tell this website was made by AI because this gradient is everywhere.
Blue and purple is insane.
Literally everywhere. But, it's good. It works. I mean, it looks like it works. We got a profile page. All right. Yeah. Purple and blue. Sure. Why not? I'm going to go set my name first. I'm Kehan. And I'm mysterious, so we'll just go with that.
That's okay. We got a little error. All we have to do is hit fix.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to see. This is actually a really good point to learn because I'm going to go investigate a little bit more before I click fix. So I know that this error was triggered when I clicked save profile. And what I really want to see is if it got my name and the error was thrown when I clicked the button, or if it actually had an error saving my name. So those are two distinct issues that I'm going to go investigate. And I'm just going to do that by like kind of saying like hi and seeing, okay, there's no name associated with that. If I come back here, I'm back to anonymous. So yeah, it did have an issue saving my name. And so save profile itself seems to be the problem. I'm just going to go ahead and click fix. And yeah, you can actually see kind of the errors that it made in the logs. So maybe we can find something. These are the errors that, must have caused that. We can see that, we've got some bad requests from some Zod errors. I don't really know what that means. I don't think you need to know what that means. All I know is AI knows what it means. So we fed that back to AI. AI has access to the logs, so it'll know exactly what I'm talking about, even though I don't. But
so every time you press fix, it automatically checks the logs.
It'll debug.
And, yeah. And if you know logs, if you're not technical at all like me, just know that the logs can help the AI figure out what the problem is.
Great. Yeah. It's telling me that it's fixed the error. And let's try naming myself Kehan again. Kehan. Oh, wait. No. Okay. So the changes were not propagated yet. So
okay. So it just bundled. Okay.
I think it worked.
Saved as Kehan.
Amazing. Perfect.
Okay.
A little bit of a lag there, but all good. I'm out here alone in my group chat. I'm saying hi. My name's Kehan. Maybe it doesn't display my own names. I'm curious to see what happens after I invite users and kind of see how this interaction goes. So before I invite users like Riley, I'm going to go and actually spend another prompt on building something called an onboarding flow. And so what you saw me right now do is I kind of had to name myself after the group chat came into existence, which is a little bit like awkward because like I don't want anyone in my group chat sending messages as anonymous. Ideally, they name themselves. And so that's kind of the real use of an onboarding flow. And so an onboarding flow is kind of like before you get full access, you have to get onboarded first. And so I'm going to be asking AI to build me an onboarding flow for this group chat. And so I have it out here outlined kind of what I want. Pretty simple. Walk new users through an onboarding flow with 3 screens. This is once again kind of my broad statement. I want you to create an onboarding screen. It has 3 screens. A little bit specific, a little bit broad, finding the balance there. I go down and break it into detail. The first screen should welcome the user to the chat, show the chat title, description, and image, yada, yada, yada. That's kind of the settings page that, we built out here. And then we have the next screen is a prompt for the user to put their display name and a bio, which is, fill out like this stuff next. And then make sure it is keyboard avoiding. This is the little technical things that, I'm always sure AI might mess up. And the final screen of onboarding is their profile photos.
I think it's useful to say here that like you should, especially since we're going to be sharing the app with other people, you should never expect a user, even if they're your friend, to like go do something. Like if they'll figure it out, you might as well guide them to do the exact actions you want. And that's what you're doing here through the onboarding flow. It's like you cannot get to the meat of the app without doing this.
Exactly. And you could send this group chat link and then send them, a text message like, oh, make sure you set your name. But like, why even do all that? Why not just make the app force you to do that?
Exactly.
So that's truly like what onboarding flow really does.
And it sounds like a prison almost, but like really you could find tasteful and fun ways to onboard people. And I think the best apps on the App Store right now, which you could send this to the App Store. We have that feature in the app. The best apps have really pleasant and fun onboarding experiences, and they're gathering a ton of information about the user.
For sure. Vibecode actually has an amazing onboarding, and we spend a lot of time iterating on that, designing that. And I think part of it is we want to make it fun. We don't want to make it feel like jail. And at the same time, we want to expose the power we have. Really, I think we did a great job with onboarding, but
that's why everyone copied it.
Oh, yeah, everyone did copy our onboarding. Yeah. I want to draw a little bit of attention to something that I considered when I designed this onboarding. And I actually, noticed I split it into 3 screens. The second screen, which is asking the user to input its display name and bio, and the third screen is asking for a photo. They're both correlated to the profile screen. But, the reason I decided to split that into 2 screens is actually, if you think about this, there's something called screen real estate in software engineering, and especially important for designing mobile apps, is that the mobile phone is only so big. And if you notice, when I have a keyboard, it kind of eats up already like, a third of it. And so the thought behind splitting this into 2 screens was that I want to provide adequate space and kind of feel like a white, I already feel like this screen is a little too cramped. And I think that's why in the onboarding flow, I want to make it extra crisp, extra spacious, which is why I decided to split it up into 2 screens. And so that was kind of the reasoning behind it. And also, I want to make the name, I think the only required field is the user's display name. That one's required. And I think being able to skip the photos would be really good. And I think jamming all that optionality into one page and all the text inputs and the keyboard, it's going to get really messy. So beforehand, I've considered that and I've told it to go ahead and split that up into 2 screens. And this is the type of thing that if you don't put the hours in, I can tell you, but AI is going, if you leave this out, AI is going to put all that in one screen. It's going to be ugly and you're going to have no idea why. You have an app that's exactly what you asked for, but is really ugly. And it goes down to the principles of, screen real estate, design, and kind of intuitive UX. And so I think that is really important when you design these prompts. You want to not only, tell it broadly what you want, but think a little bit about the user experience. And so this is, all in all, pretty simple second prompt. It's a lot shorter than the first prompt because there's a lot of specifics to, iron out on the first prompt. And I'm kind of adding a feature now, which is less intensive than building the whole thing on the, first prompt. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this prompt and send it to our good old Claude Code.
Amazing.
Cool. Let's do it.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Going in hot. All right. So now we'll just wait for Claude Code within the Vibecode app. See here, Claude Code is working hard on your project. And we'll wait and let's see if it actually creates a beautiful onboarding flow.
we just wrapped up. So let's see. We
Okay, it's done.
do have an onboarding screen. This is kind of an onboarding screen. Let's see. Welcome to group chat. Group chat is the default name of group chat.
And what do we have? This beautiful gradient in the background again.
Oh, yes, the same gradient. I mean, honestly, I'm glad it put in the effort,
Yeah.
Good stuff, not being lazy. But yeah, chat in real time, connect with everyone, one group, all users together. Yeah, kind of introduces it. Great. Get started. This is a little ugly, but once again, you can kind of see that there's some crowding going on. And that's kind of why. I like how there's like 3 buttons to kind of show you that there's 3 pages of the onboarding. But tell us about yourself. My name's Kehan. I created this. Yeah, add a little bio, make sure that this works, and continue. I can take a photo. Why not?
See, this is a nice experience.
Yeah.
It is sort of ugly.
It's kind of ugly.
I'm not talking about the photo you just took.
Thanks.
But this onboarding flow is kind of nice. It guides you through the whole process.
It guides you through the process. It gathers the information that it needs for the meat of the app to really function well. And obviously, we're going to go back and make sure that's not that ugly, in prod. But now that we have onboarding, I feel comfortable inviting users. As I said before, I don't want to send this app to someone and then text them a paragraph about how to use it. Now that this app is kind of intuitive to use and kind of forces you to tell me your name at least, I feel comfortable sharing this with Riley. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can talk to not just the void, but Riley now. So last message before inviting Riley. I'm just going to say something like chicken, because this will come up later actually, but chicken. I'm going to share this with Riley. Do you want to talk about sharing?
Yeah. So all he has to do is hit share, and then you want to make sure that it's public. You see there? So he toggled on public, and now he can press that little share button, and he can actually share this app with anyone, and they can open this app whether or not they have the Vibecode app downloaded. And so as you can see here, why don't you go ahead and pull up my phone real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this on the right is my phone, and on the left is Kehan's phone. And so he just texted me a link, right? I can just go to messages here. Kehan sent me this. I can hit open, and Kehan's app will open on my phone.
Perfect. Now I can text you and we can see if messaging actually works.
And so the same thing, right? You see, he just went through the onboarding, and now I know, like, if this was a real situation, I wouldn't know what you're building, right? But you sent me this link. You're like, okay, welcome to the group chat. I understand what's going on. Get started. All right, I'll put in my name, Riley. I didn't make this. Continue, take photo, and we can use that, finish, and boom. I just see these messages, and you can see here, I can see Kehan. I do notice, like, my eyesight's not amazing, right? This is very small. So if you can't see it, I can't really see it that well either. But the cool thing is we can make it bigger very easily. All it takes is a single prompt.
Yeah.
And so I am now using the app that Kehan made, and it's all being stored in the same database.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can
now message each other. Yeah. Welcome.
And why don't you invite Emily to the group chat as well?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I will. I do see a few issues, and we'll be addressing them shortly. But let me just send this to Emily right now. Emily, come say hi.
Hang out.
Yeah, but obviously something's wrong with the profile photo. It's just a purple circle, on both of our screens. But yeah, I love how, incoming messages are labeled. They have a profile photo. Profile photo isn't working exactly well yet. We'll get to that. But my message is on the right. It's clear to me that those are my outbound messages and my incoming messages are well labeled. And so first order of business, Riley did say the text is a little small. I want all of you guys to be able to see kind of how everything's working. So I'll be asking the agent to make the text bigger a little. And I'll also be telling it that it messed up and no profile photos are working. But Emily.
Shout out. Emily is now in the chat.
That's crazy. Yeah. But so yeah, as you can see, multiple people working, talking, and everyone's receiving messages and able to send messages. Messages are formatted properly. Profile photo is broken and font size is broken. So let me just go ahead and type that in. I want you to make the text sizes of the text bubble larger, maybe by 4 pixels. And I want you to add more padding to the text bubble so that it doesn't look awkward. And also, I want you to go and investigate while profile photos are not showing up properly. It seems that I was able to set a profile photo, but on the chat screen, all I see is a purple circle for everyone. So this was kind of like off the bat, just using my voice. I kind of just described the problems in a lot of detail. I was hyper specific about 4 pixels. You know, I don't think that matters too much. I could have just said make it larger, but I have a good idea of kind of how big I want it. The padding reminder though is kind of like you pick this up as you vibe code more and more. It's like sometimes if it makes the text larger and the bubble's the same size, text starts overflowing, it gets really ugly. So just put that suggestion in there as well.
And while that's loading, I just want to say I can't actually edit his app, right? So when he pinches, as you can see here, if you pinch,
yep,
he gets all the settings. But since he sent it to me, all I can do is remix. And I'm not going to remix it. I'm going to remix it in a little bit. But that's one thing. So if you send it to someone else, they can't edit your app. You're the only one who can edit your app.
Yeah. We'd love to hear if that would be like, sharing permissions or something would be something you guys want in the future. But this is currently to make sure that whatever you're working on is not getting messed up by other people touching it. So
that would be interesting to allow certain users to be able to edit it so you can kind of build it together.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Photos just loaded. As you can see on my phone, it's still updating. We still have some time to wait, but it's coming in. It's looking good.
Across the board, I'm starting to see profile photos. And so that's really good. I think I'm ready to move on to the next step where I'm going to go and build this AI feature where we can do something like, at AI, who's in the chat or something, right? Like
I like it.
Yeah. So, I had this prompt pulled up before. It was not an AI assistant that can be invoked by anyone in the group. Pretty broad blanket statement. It should have access to context regarding the chat group, users, and the last 200 messages of the conversation history. And I kind of give it a little more technical, pull the last 200 messages and put it in the prompt. Oh, this is implied from the database. 200 messages from the database and put it in the prompt. The goal for this AI is to be a helpful assistant. It should respond whenever a user message includes @AI as a message in the chat. Just being extra, precise. I'm going to go ahead and send this as soon as I pinch. Perfect. Boom. Okay. This is my prompt. Go.
Do you think this is the hardest one? Like, do you think that AI is going to struggle with this one the most, or what do you think?
I think that there was a little bit, I left it a little bit of room to kind of figure out like how to do it. If I were to be a little bit more detail oriented, I could have given it a custom system prompt here, or I could have, put it into my environment and say, use this, but I didn't. I think, I'm asking for a pretty generic, I kind of mentioned I want it to be a helpful assistant. I think it could figure that out by itself. I think a little bit, I'm asking it to pull data messages from the database, which, I mentioned in prompt 1. So this actually directly references something that I asked it to do in prompt 1. So I'm hoping that it's going to be able to pick up on that thread. I do think this might be one of the most finicky messages. I didn't spend a lot of time crafting it, but I do think that I conveyed the high level goal. And I think as your app gets more and more structure, there's less and less flexibility in like kind of what you expect, right? I'm expecting it to give me a text message like when I add it, because like there's not much leeway now as opposed to, I guess what I'm trying to say is like when the biggest part of like flexibility kind of comes from UI and UX. Stuff is just not formatted the way you expect it. And then that sometimes directly translates to features not exactly being what you intended it to be. Now that I have kind of the UI and the UX laid out, if I ask for a feature, it kind of conforms to what already exists. And so I can kind of hopefully be a little bit more vague, and we'll see how it works out. All right, so let's see if this AI feature is working. So remember, I wanted to test the AI on something. So I said, last message before inviting Riley, chicken. So let's see if AI can pick that up. @AI, what animal did I mention before inviting Riley? Something really specific just to see if, the AI is working. Okay, you mentioned chicken before inviting Riley. If you have any more questions or details, feel free to ask. Great. Hey. Wow, that's right. Okay, cool.
See it? Hey, bring my phone back.
Bring your phone back. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, we have added the AI feature. It's currently named anonymous. It's a little rough around the edges, but the core feature of this app is all working. We have an app, people can message, and we can even ask AI to, tell us about specifics of what was said previously, or, just be a helpful assistant. I can probably ask it like, who is the current president or Queen of England? Oh, wait.
You have to do @AI, right?
Oh yeah, England @AI. Yeah, and so, now we have this nice...
Dude, this fast too. I like it.
Yeah,
It's very good.
It's a little out of date, but point is, we have an AI now. I can continue to upgrade the AI. I think I'll probably do that for the remix.
Okay, so before we filmed this, you actually already went out and created a chat app in preparation for this video. And yours, I remember you showed me, yours looked a lot like the one on the right. And then it took you about 7 prompts back and forth with AI, which was probably like, 10, 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, to go from something that looked like that to something that looks like the one on the left. And I think it looks insanely good. And so what I want to do is I actually have a good use case for that chat app. And I'm hoping if you send it to me, I'm hoping to remix it, honestly.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, let's talk about the remix feature. Once again, Riley kind of mentioned that if you get shared an app, you are allowed to remix it. So I'll text this app to Riley and he can go ahead and play with it on his phone.
Amazing. Kehan just sent me this new app that I can open.
Basically the same app, reskinned to look a lot better, honestly.
It's literally the same exact app, but you did a great job styling it.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I really took from the Apple's glass morphism. I honestly wasn't a really big fan of, the whole look, but I think I like it now. I like it now. It took some time to grow.
I think a lot of people are coming around to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to do, I've been actually getting into running a little bit, and I was thinking about a lot of these running apps are going viral, and a lot of people are actually like making decent money making these running apps like Strava clones and such.
Dude, I know. Have you seen the one where like you like run a square and it's like your territory?
Yeah.
That one's been really popular.
Yeah. It's and running is just big. And so I think there would be cool to like blend a running app and a chat app. And so that's what I want to do. So he just sent me this remix or sent me the link, a public link to his app. When you make it public, you're basically allowing people to remix it. Or if you're developing, like you can kind of fork it a little bit. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to press this remix button right here. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to clone the project and allow me to use Pinch to build and use all of Vibecode's features to make it my own. And so I just kind of wait for the sandbox to be acquired. Still don't know what that fully means, but it sounds awesome to say. And it looks cool. This little animation looks awesome. Okay, here we go. We now have this cloned app on my phone. And as you can see here, it doesn't show remix at the bottom. I have full access to the Pinch to build on Vibecode. And so what I want to do is I want to change this from being just like our chat that we were using about our content or whatever. And I want to make it specifically around running because running apps have been killing it recently. And so what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to read my prompt here and I'm going to use my voice. Let's make this app centered around running. So combine the profile into the settings page and put a running icon at the top right. When this button is pressed, start tracking the user's location and send a map into the group chat that tracks the user's location real time. And say who's running. If users click on it, a modal with updating location should come up and show additional details like time, the run, like how long the run is, and pace, since the run began. This means you will have to record when the user started the run, and you should also periodically track where the user is at any given time, then broadcast that update to this new custom component, which is visible for everyone in the group chat. So everyone in the group chat should be able to see where anyone who's running is at any given time. Let's try this. That is kind of a beefy prompt.
Yeah, that was pretty beefy.
Just to kind of, you know what? I trust Cloud Code.
I like it though. I think you did a lot of great things. You were pretty specific about how you wanted the user UX to work, so I think that's good. And you gave it a little bit of hints about how it should approach this technically, like think about how you're gonna have to periodically record its location, probably like track the distance of those locations. So I think it's giving it some like breadcrumbs to work with.
We'll see. Let's rip it. I am sending this prompt right here off to Claude Code, and then we will wait. Also, while it's loading, I want to go ahead and I want to type in a 3D render icon cartoon of a man running. Cute icon. And I'm going to just copy this. I like to just copy it. And I'm just going to generate, maybe 3 or 4 icons. And I want this to just be an action button. Since it's for our squad, I want I'm going to just make it a fun icon. You know, I don't care if it's not good technical design. I'm going to make it my own, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. Dude, you could probably even like, we should allow you to generate multiple icons at once. Fire. That should just be a feature.
Yeah, we should. Oh, also, I think what we should do in the Vibecode app is just not even have like, it shouldn't remove what you have typed in the box. You should just be able to type enter, because sometimes you might want to only adjust one word and enter it again, you know?
Yeah.
I definitely will picture the guy facing inward, not outward,
That's
you know?
Yeah, I pictured it going outward, but that's great.
All right. Well,
let's do it.
It's my app now. I read yours.
Yeah, it's your app now.
And then, and so I think it's still working, right? Like, it's not even close to done.
Oh, yeah.
But the cool part of the Vibecode app is you can actually queue the prompts up. So it'll, so I can just type this in and say, please use this icon as the runner, and boom, we can send that in. As you can see here, in the one slot, we have the queued up prompt. So now we're waiting for 2 prompts to finish. It appears like it's done. This one took a while, so I don't know what to expect here. Hopefully it actually uses like the maps, like the native built-in maps.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So unfortunately it didn't. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share this with you first.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make this remix of yours public, and then I'm gonna send it right back to you.
Then I can see where you're running, hopefully. Are you gonna go for a run?
I am going to go. I mean, if it works, I doubt it's going to work first try. There's a good chance it doesn't work, but we can fix it. But hop in the chat first.
All right. I'm hopping in your remixed version of this running app.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
Oh,
what is this, bro?
Oh, and I get to see it on mine. I get to see it on my screen.
Can you open it up full screen?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go for I'm not going to run right now. I'm not wearing running clothes, but I'm going to go for a speed walk. Let me know what you see on your screen. I'll be right back in like 3 minutes.
All right. Do the dash. Do the dash. Yeah. Wow, this is crazy.
All right. We are moving down the street. Let's see if this works. No way. It's working. Outside, the meters are going up. I can't tell if the blue line... Oh, there we go. The blue line is working. Let's go.
Oh my. I'm really impressed at the styling. It has managed to keep the theme that I've, spent my 7 prompts on making it, glass style. I really love this like live running in progress, or I guess speed walking in progress. But we have the start time right above that. We have a distance. We have Riley's run distance and duration. Let's see if we can actually track his movement. Oh no. Wait. We're at 48 meters. I don't really see... Oh, I see it. I see it. I see where he is going. I do think I have to like leave and come back to get it like completely to update. Yeah, he's slowly inching over there. Wow. I love how it's kept the styling. It's using the Apple native maps and it's drawing the lines. This is where we started. Don't come crash our office. But all in all, very impressive. I'm trying to figure out if it's updating on my side, or if I have to leave and come back to see. But regardless, this is very impressive. Riley has made progress. Oh, he is making his way downtown. Wow, that is really cool. Wow, congrats on turning.
Someone messaged me. He said, wow, congrats on turning. I said, thanks, babe. I'm running.
I think this is a very impressive demonstration of what you can do with remixing. You can take an existing app and you can just add features to this. Now you can just run, and I can see him run in our group chat in live time. It's a little janky, but that's one prompt, and I can see he's made it nearly around the block. I should be expecting him any second now because I have his location. Oh, I hear him. He is coming. He is so back. Yeah, and the full circle is complete. Yeah. Welcome back, Riley. Oh, you really did go for the run.
Does it work?
It works. I see your whole...
Let's go.
I see you running around the block. I see you running around the block.
Clearly, I need to do more cardio.
Wow. That is cool. Yo, try stopping. Oh my God. It says you did that in 2 seconds, but then when you tap in, it's like, okay, you're out for 5 minutes.
58 seconds. That's world record, right?
Dude, yeah. 652 meters in 2 seconds. You might be Usain Bolt.
I love seeing your message when I was I've nearly made it around the block. Keep it up, King.
Oh my.
That AI is this?
Is this real?
World. Haha, Riley. Riley's.
Wow, that's so cool. The AI also has
It has context.
it has context on your run.
Tell me about my last run.
At AI. Oh my god.
Wait, can I just go AI like
Yeah.
and then go like this?
Maybe. Let's see.
I can't see your actual runs, Riley. It looks like Kehan's cheering you on. So you must be doing great, damn it.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually have the running data. I'm sure it won't be too hard to get it.
But honestly,
but yeah.
I'm out of breath. We've been filming for a while. I think we should call it there. For anyone watching, we are going to put the same template that I remixed to make this app. We're going to put it down below. You can download it. And if you use code REMIX, you can try it out for free. You can try the Vibecode out for free. Just use code REMIX during onboarding and you'll get access to that.
And
anything else?
No, I think this is a great explanation. I think this was an amazing video. I'm so surprised at how the results came out. And I think this is like 2 great ways for you to create an app with 0 coding experiences. Like, you know, Riley doesn't know how to code, and I never wrote a single line of code during this whole process. And we've created the first app. This is just the chat app, you know,
right,
from scratch.
From scratch,
starting from nothing, just the straight, you know, Vibecode app, raw dogging it. And now with Riley's promo code REMIX, you can also use existing templates, remix them, add features, build on top of it, create your own twists and turns. 2 ways for you to get started, one from scratch, one from an existing point. Go ahead and create whatever you want.
Dude, I need to, whenever I make videos, I need to go for a run before. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to film again. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's a good video. See you guys in the next video. Comment below. Let us know what we should build next. See you here for the next one.